Okay, I want to start with the action shot. All right, let's get the wide shot, and then while I'm turning, cut to the shot of me. Okay. All right.
Wide shot right now.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Welcome to Watch It. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now let's do it again. Take 2.
Oh my goodness.
Action.
Okay. Welcome to Watch It Later. How was that?
Terrible.
Oh, the white folks hate the black folks, and the black folks hate the white folks. To hate all but the right folks is an old established rule, but during National Brotherhood Week, Lena Horne and Sheriff Clark are dancing cheek to cheek. It's fun to eulogize the people you despise, as long as you don't let them in your school.
Welcome to Watch It Later, the podcast for people who probably have ADD. I am your host, Christ, and this is your co-host, Ikes. And this week, as our guest, we have Bryan Withawhy. He is here to talk with us about, well, my understanding is we are here to talk about sexual peeing.
What the fuck did you
more
just say?
Specifically, getting peed on during sex. Is that right, Bryan?
You're the one that said it. Is it?
No. I definitely.
You should
I
have asked
definitely
AJ
brought it
that
up.
last week.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, right. Yes, Bryan. Yes, let's try that again. Yes, Bryan. That is what we're here to talk about. Okay, let's
All
try.
right.
Let's try
That's
it
the whole
again.
episode about peeing on people?
Let's try it again. So we're here to talk about peeing this week, sexual peeing this week. That's right, Bryan, isn't it?
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you.
You don't have to agree with me.
I'm sorry. I'm just imagining how I'm going to cut this, and I got to stop.
Yeah, that's all he's doing. He's editing in his own head.
Well, let's get started then.
All right. So, Bryan, in a conversation that I have had, that I was having with Bryan about, it was a while ago, probably 10 minutes ago?
Yeah.
But before we get too deep about sexual peeing, I actually have something very serious to bring up. I hate to be the one to do this. I really do, because I can see you all look so innocent right now and so happy. But unfortunately, I have a sad piece of news. This week in the news, unfortunately, it was shown that, well, not even this week in the news. This is just this week I saw this in the news. This came out 6 years ago. Okay, but I saw this shared recently. This story, and then another story was this story. Look, it's a long story, but it was proven that unfortunately the Irish tourist savagely raped by a huge orangutan was in fact just a hoax. So that's too bad. All just a guy who just wanted everybody to think he'd been savagely raped by a huge orangutan. You know, this is sad.
What, did they put the orangutan down? Did they kill the orangutan?
This is sad. No, they didn't. There wasn't. It didn't happen.
But I mean,
it's
who did he go to? Like, this orangutan raped me. Did he go like anti-PETA, the opposite of PETA?
We'll get into the story. Here we go. But my point is, this is sad. This is a sad time in our culture, because if I can't put my faith in big redheaded men getting savagely raped by orangutans, you know, what can I put my faith? Like, what are we going to take away Christmas too? False. Print out from Snopes there. Yeah. I had to look. I saw this story about this savage orangutan raping, and I thought, I better fact check it. And sure enough, everything good gets
what?
Yeah. What else do we have in here? What if I see some of these?
Yeah, just make sure you show it.
Oh yeah. Here,
just whip it out.
Yeah. Oh, there he is. This is the man. This is the man who was supposedly savagely raped by the huge orangutan. In this story, what we're led to believe in this story is that that this guy, I guess, well, first of all, this may be true, that apparently if you got red hair, I guess you got to be careful around orangutans. According to this story, you have to be careful around orangutans because they might rape you because they've got red hair and they...
You don't, because It's a hoax.
It's a hoax. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is that this guy went out without covering up his hair, supposedly, according to the story, on a safari or whatever the hell you call it, in the orangutan. I don't know where he was going. He was seeing orangutans in their natural habitat, and one of them grabbed him and raped him in front of a bunch of people. And but fortunately, he was given free tickets. It was said in the story, so for a future safari. Yeah, and was warned, They said, I told him, not to wear
Orangutan outfit.
I told him he was dressing like he was asking for it. Anyway, but unfortunately, that is not true. None of that's true. It was all a hoax. He's just some guy who wanted the publicity. I lost faith in society. So I'm sorry to break that piece of news to everybody. It's unfortunate, I know, but...
We're sad.
God, they take away everything that's good, right?
Sad right now.
Everything that's good. Just
Brian,
get rid of.
we should cry.
Birthdays next. Brian, sexual
See.
peeing. You're for it. You're for getting peed on the sex specifically, correct?
I mean, I guess you could say I'm pro.
Are you pro peeing on someone during sex as well?
No.
No, but you do like to get peed on.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I don't like getting peed on.
Frankly, I got to be honest. I'm with Ike's a little bit. I'm not really a getting.
I'm
peed
against
on man,
it.
but-
Yeah.
Oh my God, pee, no.
I'm not going to go out.
Got
and
it in my
start a
mouth.
Terrible. I'm not going to go lead a charge against those who like to get peed on sexually. I'm not going to write some book about how they're the problem.
Well, I mean, we can use them to put
They're
out.
responsible for
We can use them to put out small fires everywhere.
This is
We would have
true.
won Vietnam
So-
if it weren't for
Write your
people who
name in
were
the
sexually
snow.
peeing.
Right?
So
He
yeah, we can just drop. We can just like fly them over fires. They just pee on them and then just fly away.
Do fires make you horny? He
Horny?
said he likes sexual peeing. How is peeing
Well,
on fires
it's-
a sexual thing?
Because
Do fires make you horny?
I don't think so.
Okay, I had to check first.
it's to save lives.
It's,
Do
it's
saving lives make you horny?
I mean, sure.
Picture this.
Sure.
Picture this. Picture this. Let's try it out.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer.
Has anyone seen in
Because
here?
then it's like, yes, I have a boner and I just saved that person's life. And you just have unlimited boners and you keep saving people's lives.
Has anyone in here seen
Great
the
job.
sex torture scene in Nymphomaniac Volume 2?
No.
Elaborate.
Oh, Lewis has. Okay. Okay. In that case, I'll just have to test it out here. We'll see if Brian saving lives makes you aroused. Okay, Brian. You look. You see acres and acres of forest burning, and then down below, a little black bear in a pair of blue jeans and a hat. Standing. Crawled all the way up a tree, screaming, fire burning around him.
Smokey the Bear, right?
Hicks. I don't know.
When
mud
Smokey
and
was a
stuff
little cub,
around him because they
he
don't
said
really
he was
care.
a little one. You said he was a baby black bear.
Yes, a baby black bear in blue
So
jeans and
Smokey before he evolved.
Yeah, or the Berenstain Bears.
When he was just smoke.
Berenstein or Berenstain.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. I do not see an erection. So. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Animals aren't lives. No, I forgot.
That's right.
True. That's true. Animals.
Animals have no soul. They have no
They're not
souls.
going to heaven, so.
They're going anywhere, right?
If they're not going to heaven, there's only one other place they could be going, right?
Hell?
Just kidding. Or animals go to hell.
Oh, animals
Know
go
that.
to hell.
Yeah.
Damn.
This is not a kind world for the animals. They tell us there's a heaven for us, but not for them. They were born into a cruel world. Okay, they should revolt. So, what's the most peed on that you have been in sex before? How much pee came out? I mean, you probably didn't measure it. You didn't hold up a little container and you were like,
No.
Oh, wow, you're healthy. That's almost a liter today. Yeah, it's very clear.
It's you're hydrating today.
Probably like, I don't know, 400 milliliters maybe.
Okay, a healthy pee.
Yeah.
A healthy pee.
Yeah.
Clear.
More clear than not.
How about orange? Have you ever had anybody pee orange on you sexually?
No.
Can I ask you a question?
Darkest pee you've ever experienced?
No, nothing. Not very dark.
Okay.
it's
Nothing
it's
unhealthy. Was anything
It's a
ever been-
pro-hydrated
Did
kind of a thing.
it get in your eyes? Hold on,
No.
it's my turn to ask questions now. You're asking all the questions. I want to ask a question about being peed on. So never got in orifices, never got in your mouth or anything.
No, you just keep it like in the shower. You just keep it below the jawline.
Okay. See, that's
And what-
healthy.
Okay, now let me ask. Have you ever soiled
Below
the
the
bed
jawline.
being sexually?
What?
You know, have you ever soiled the bed? Like to the
Have you
point
ever had a
where
wet
No.
dream?
afterward you were like, oh
No.
God, thank
No,
the Lord
no.
we used those bedwetter sheets. Oh,
No.
have you ever used the Lord's name while you were peeing sexually?
No.
I don't know. I
Okay,
just did it. So
Martha,
I wanted
have
to
you
know.
have you ever had
Oh mercy!
a wet dream?
Yeah.
Me too. I had one. So I was like 15 at the time, right? And I remember waking up. Yeah, real me, 15.
Okay.
And I had a dream. I was a private eye and I was a gumshoe, and I was on this this case, and there was this hot girl in red, and I peed on her, and then I just like came in my bed. Yeah,
Sounds like a wet dream to me.
it was. So that's my wet dream.
It was a dream and it was wet.
Yeah, I peed on her
In the dream.
in
but
a
not
dream,
real life.
not in real
Are
life.
you
Yeah.
sure that it wasn't actually just a wet, like a not like a wet dream, but like a
No, it's-
a
it's
pee,
like-
like a
No, it was
wet
a
dream?
it was a wet
Are
dream.
you sure it wasn't just like one of those
'Cause-
dreams you have as a kid?
No,
and you're like peeing
because
and
let
then
me tell
just-
you. Let me tell you why. I
peeing?
know it was because I know how it
Yeah.
feels to pee in the bed versus
How
come
much-
on yourself while you're in the
Were you
bed.
just like, oh my
Sleeping.
God,
Yes,
so
oh,
much semen.
it was
tonight.
so.
Oh,
It was like it's so
everywhere.
sticky. Oh my
My
goodness.
mattress is soaked in semen.
Yep. No, that was it. It was disgusting.
Right. No, that's definitely you.
You never had a wet dream?
All right.
Brian, he's never had a wet dream.
That's what it sounds like.
Have your balls dropped yet?
Have it?
I'm just squirting out jizz every time I fall asleep. Okay, I don't even fall asleep in public because I just can't help. You know, I can't sleep without wet dreaming. All right,
Okay.
I'm like on the bus, and then I'm like a nap for a moment, and then I'm like, oh no, damn it! I'm like walking off with my backpack
shoulda
in
wore
front of my
pants
pants.
today.
Yeah.
So are my white pants.
I went through puberty. We've all had wet dreams. Most of mine were related to drugs, though.
What?
I just feel like hungover, and then you have like some crazy dream, you know? Yeah. Never had a dream before where I was imagining myself peeing, and it was a wet dream. So I don't know.
Okay.
But when you had a wet dream, it was like
Not peeing
something.
related.
But
No,
how?
no,
Okay.
pee
doesn't
is
have
all
to
dead.
be
Dream.
related.
So how did
Not
you
all wet dreams
listen?
are
Understand
First
this.
time I had a wet dream,
No.
it wasn't even a vagina
But how do you know it was a wet dream?
because it was wet.
What did it feel? No. But what did it feel like? What did
You
it
know,
feel
you
like?
really don't know it's a wet dream until you wake up, and then you're like, ah.
But like
Gross.
loads or like just a little like volume or just like a little like wetness to the tip.
I'm sorry, are we talking about your sexual peeing or my jizz volume while I'm sleeping? I was writing something the other day, and I no, about a year ago, and I watched 6 hours of puberty videos because I was writing a puberty video. It's a long story. But,
He doesn't
Writing-
even. Yeah.
writing you're going through puberty video, and I needed to watch a lot of them, so I watched about 6 hours of puberty videos from like 1965.
Yeah, because you're still going through
1985.
puberty. That's why.
Yeah.
It's okay. We know you haven't had a wet dream
You
yet.
know that masturbating can cause you to grow hair on your palms? No, just
Your
kidding.
grandpa tell you that?
No, that was one of the
Pastors.
myths they busted in the 1960s, like puberty videos. They were like, and no, it's a myth. It won't make hair grow on your hands. And they were like, and it's okay. When they were talking about erections, they were like, it's okay. It's okay to get erections. And then they were like showing stuff that, like examples of things that would like make guys hard. They were like women, and then they were like, dancing or whatever. And then they were like cars. Sports, food. Yeah, it was good stuff.
Your pastor at church.
Yeah, and it's okay. Yeah, it was good stuff. I'm sorry. I must I defend my nighttime emissions more? Do I have to?
You haven't
Are we
even.
on the court?
You
Are
haven't
we at
even.
the court here.
You
Like-
hold on. You haven't even measured.
to-
You haven't measured your penis.
no, I have not measured my.
You're not a decent human being. You're not a decent person.
I'm going to quote you on that. Only a decent man
Knows
would
the
measure
size of his penis. Brian, do you know the size of your penis? You know the measurements?
It's been years.
Years, but you still
since
done it, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. He's never done it. Not ever.
It's the size it is.
It's important.
Well,
I guess I could put
the
some-
next time you get ready to do it, just make sure.
I guess I better pull out a ruler.
No,
Yeah, that's
no,
kind of the
listen.
issue. Is like you have to be hard to measure it.
Yeah, you get a ruler.
I've never like pulled out the ruler, then looked at the ruler and gotten hard. I wasn't like, here we go. I was like, all right, I got the ruler. Let's Let's do it.
It
doesn't.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like measuring how deep the snow is. You just kind of slide the ruler up next to it.
Yep.
Right. But I have to get hard, and then I have to think about it. Usually, it's not like in the forefront of my mind too. Well, I'm like, because most times that, I wasn't like, just a second, let me get a ruler.
Well, you just have one.
I've always thought of this, and I just wanted to. I've always wanted to do this.
You've never done that? I always thought about a lot of things to do with my penis, but I don't do them all. But I thought about a lot of them.
Wherever you get like your most.
I feel so embarrassed, frankly.
You don't have your friend come in. Shh.
Yeah, tape measure. No,
Well,
I use
just
a sewing tape. Ike's would need a sewing tape because his isn't straight enough for a ruler, so he's got to get the curvature.
Whoa, chill.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be talking about his Peyronie's disease.
Just run like a string along it and then put it up to the ruler.
It's like,
Exactly. Gotta measure for the curve, yeah. Okay, anyway, so Brian, peeing sexually,
You got to say it like that?
what would you prefer to call it? How should we call it?
Say piss play.
Piss play.
That's what it's called.
That doesn't sound better than sexual peeing.
Yeah, piss play does.
Alliteration.
We'll call it fluid exchange. We'll call it.
But
That's
fluid
what I
exchange
would
can be a
call
lot
it,
of things, though.
We'll call it fluid play.
Piss play.
We'll call it waterworks. Waterworks. There we go. We'll call it waterworks.
All right.
That's what it's called. That is what it's called. Yeah. Do you feel like you're in good company usually when you talk about, when you think about like that you like to pee sexually? Do you think that you are in the majority or the minority? Would you like if you went into a group? Like where would you say? Actually, how about this? Where would you say that you would think you would be in the majority, and where would you think you'd be in the minority? Like give us two places where if you went in and you announced that you'd like to pee on women. One place where they'd be like, yeah, get in here, brother. And then another place where they'd be like, boo. Yeah, what a creep. Get this guy out of here.
He's in the majority somewhere. I know a lot of places.
Majority, I don't know. I would say maybe it's like
Catholic Church. Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, maybe like 13% of people are maybe into it. So maybe, I don't know, but like maybe like a swingers club or like a really shitty dive bar.
Oh, nice.
That's
good. Sometimes those are the same thing. Sometimes. Okay. Sometimes. Depends on the swingers. If it's in Gresham, it's probably the same thing. Okay, right. Continue.
And then the minority would be like maybe like the grocery store or,
The grocery store you'd be in the minority?
I think
you
so.
really think
I
so?
Think I think you and I are people into it.
I think you and I are shopping at different Wincos because the Winco I shop at, I think a good chunk of them are probably into it.
Well, which one do you shop at?
Even the ones that look like,
Which Winco do you shop at?
I don't actually just shop at one. I shop at any. I don't know. I just got to go all over the different
Me
Wincos. Love to go. I'm not Winco loyal. Yeah, I'll go to any Winco.
102nd.
Yeah, I live in a motorcycle.
He does. That's right. He lives in the motorcycle. Yep. He transforms. Transformer.
Just me and my hog. Just one man and my big old hog. Roaming from town to town. It's actually a very tiny hog. It's a very small bike. It's a very small hog. I do not have a big hog. Okay. Anyway, speaking of back into sexual peeing.
Waterworks, remember?
Waterworks, right. I don't know. The sprinklers. I don't know what we call them. Yeah. Water
polo.
There we go. So, I want to know why, like what, let's see. I'm trying to think of a more specific way to put this. If you equate it somehow to something that, take like a prude. Imagine a prude. Someone who's like, some weirdo who's like, ugh, pee smells weird or whatever. Someone like that. That aside,
it depends on the pee, also.
Yeah. Oh, so you're really more of a fan. Like, it's got to be the right pee. So in the same way that there's like different levels of attractive people, there might be like different attraction levels.
So what
of
if it's like does it have to be hot? Did it have to be hot for them pee?
What kind of pee would go on you and you'd be like, oh, that's good piss? And what kind would go on you and be like, ugh, clean up?
There's always a desirable state of fluids,
Okay, what's your desirable state of fluids and what's your less desirable state?
Like more hydrated.
Like 8 cups of glasses a day.
Clearer?
Yeah.
Smells a little more like just like a salty water,
Sure.
As opposed to
guess.
like maybe darker
Little bit.
yellow, smells a little more like that pungent,
Dehydrated.
yeasty-
If they're super dehydrated,
it's like smells like you go outside like a cafe yum, like that smell. And then and a little ammonia. Like somebody just cleaned the windows with outside of a cafe yum. That's the smell that you get.
Yeah. When they're
Cafe yum smells like homeless
Hey,
piss. I'm
when-
sorry.
hey,
that's
hey.
shameful. Houseless
when
piss.
they're
What?
Can I
Yes.
just answer that
Yes.
question?
Go. I'm sorry.
When they're like way less dehydrated and it comes out and it's all dark, it smells really bad, and it's like
That's
you know,
going to stain the sheets.
yeah. I mean, just the asparagus, Brussels sprouts, like
Yeah. And then
Coffee.
do you put on special linens or do you only?
no, it's only a shower.
It's
kind
in
of
the shower.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good news. So would you say that's pretty typical? Most people you talk to in the sexual
No.
peeing circles,
I
would you
don't-
say
I
it's
don't- I
typical to
don't-
do it in the shower or in the bed?
I'm not in any circle.
I know, I'm kidding.
So
He said it's just me.
yeah.
I'm just me talking
you
about
wait
it.
till
Happened
kind
to
of
me
the
before.
right time, and then you know.
How did you
Ask
get
for
to
it.
him? That's what you did? He's like, hey,
Hmm?
can you pee on me?
No, it was.
Well, how was it?
Just like, hey,
They
like,
wanted to.
Yeah, like I wanted to, and I wanted to try it and stuff, and I asked for it after kind of a well-established
How?
relationship.
What was the kind of the subtle way you slipped in in that way?
Just showering regularly, and
What
then
was
it's
the
like,
let's
hey,
put it that way.
it's like, hey, will you pee on me? So
What you
Nice.
were they reluctant
It's
at all? Or were they like, yeah,
just like, no, okay,
subtle.
but quickly.
but
kinda-
quickly?
yeah.
No, I feel it.
So I was like, yeah, I'll sit down here. You just kind of put your leg up here and just kind of cut loose,
Yeah.
and then
Okay.
cut
yeah.
the shower on.
Nothing like okay. No like crazy pickup lines. Like.
No, it's not something that you want to open with.
I was trying to think of something good, a good pee pickup line, but they all sound creepy.
Yeah.
They really do. I was
Yeah.
trying really hard to get something that didn't sound creepy, and none of them are
It
good.
doesn't sound. It's always gonna sound creepy.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to pee on me?
Windex. It was going too far. I was like,
You got
Windex.
you gotta have established. You gotta have established relationship with that person. It has to be established.
Oh, thought of what?
Pickup line.
Well, do you want to tell it to Ike's
Let's
mic?
hear it.
On the camera.
Yeah, you better. Here, no, come over here to mine. Go.
Yeah, come over here. And,
right into this camera.
I haven't finished thinking of it.
You're like that kid who's like, I found it, or there it isn't. You're like, fuck you.
That was you as a
They're
kid.
like,
huh,
they
Chris?
lead you all
That
over
was
the
definitely
place. They're
Chris
like,
as a
no,
kid.
it's over here.
That's why he's so good at it.
it. Okay. You got to squat down though at this level.
I don't need to be seen for it.
No,
You can put my voice. You can put my voice.
I don't think you need to be
just
seen.
say it.
It'll just be my
Just say
voice,
it.
and you'll mouth it. All right, I'm being edited. So, what, girl? If you were a garden tool, you'd be a hose. Ho. None of these other hoes got anything on you. You'd be a hose.
I feel ashamed.
It's called urophilia, by the way.
Urophilia. Yeah. Yeah, you fucking urophile. Ew,
Sure.
we got a urophile over here. Gross. Ugh.
4% of men are in.
4%.
4%. Wow.
That's better
4%.
than 3.
That's a good statistic to bring up.
Wait,
There we go.
that's
good.
that's
good.
worldwide.
I like
That's
these
all
facts.
America. Damn, that's a lot of people.
Facts. Okay, so Brian, you're in the 4%. I have to say that in Australia, I could see how a lot fewer people would be into P-play. There, can you trust a place that has towns called things like Wodonga? They got a town in Australia called Wodonga. And it's not the only one. Like, you think that's like an
That
out of
sounds
the...
cool.
No,
That
all
sounds
the
cool as
towns
hell.
in that region sound like that. I'm
Sounds
just making fun of a
whimsical.
language.
Yeah.
All right.
They have a Robin Vale and a Mildura as
Mildura.
well.
And in Sydney.
Okay, Robinvale just sounds like another British place. Yeah, they live in
Exterior Vale.
in Vale, Brookfield, Linwoodshire. It's every British town. All right.
Sounds like a place out of Middle Earth.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Okay, so before we get into this game, I want to get a couple more things answered about sexual peeing.
Urophilia.
Urophilia. Please equate in terms of your desire to sexual pee and just a novice, somebody. Oh, I think I started to ask this earlier but didn't finish. A prude, what they would like. Equate it to somebody who just thinks missionary is the best thing. Put it in words of or maybe not even that. Maybe they don't even like missionary. Maybe it's like missionary over the clothes. I don't know. Maybe they're just like to look at hot ladies
Dry humping?
through their
You talking about dry humping?
dresses, through their pleated maxi skirts. I don't know what they're doing.
Are you talking about dry
But
humping?
the point is,
That's what it sounds like.
Take your desire to sexual pee and equate it to a Baptist reverend in public. Yeah, soda but with no caffeine. But the way he behaves in public, not the way he behaves in private. A Baptist clergy in public.
Yeah.
So you got to take your. You have to take,
So
you have to take sexual peeing.
okay,
The way
I-
that you see sexual
I
peeing.
get
What are you
you're
saying?
And say it like
I get what you're saying,
Mm-hmm.
and I would just say everybody is into different things.
Mm-hmm.
And after trying a few things, I found the one thing that it's extra hot, I guess.
yeah. No, I'm saying
I mean, yeah,
if you,
really.
So imagine
It's the body temperature of somebody.
Yeah.
So it is really hot.
Well, and
Imagine
you
a
gotta
Baptist clergy
you,
who
you
isn't
can't
used to a lot, right?
the good thing about the shower is it's right before you get in, so it's like a morning pee, and you have the faucet right there, so you get the first blast of the warm covering, and then you wash off, and it's if you were to shower first, unless you took a cold shower, it wouldn't feel the same, I think.
Well, so what I'm saying is imagine you're just completely sheltered. So if you're going to describe it to a clergy, but it's not sexual peeing, it's in terms of his world, things that he thinks are crazy, in his world where I don't know, if his wife does something wrong, he's sinned or something like that kind of world. If he should have, I don't know, if he says shit, I don't know.
Tell them that I'm a bad guy. I'm a really bad guy.
Tell him you're a bad.
Really
No, you got to tell him how good it is. You got to be it's like this. This is what in their
So
world.
you want me to sell
Yeah. Be it's like this, but you got to do it in terms of
no,
something they'll understand.
You want me to sell something to someone who doesn't want it,
Basically.
shouldn't have it,
Yes, but you have
and
to
you want
equate
me
it to
to
something that they do.
convince them why they should be wanting to do it.
Something like that.
I don't know if I could sell that.
You just have to equate it somehow. Is it? Is it like?
Take one thing that you thought you
Peppermint sticks?
you really wouldn't like, and then imagine it turning out to be something that you really do.
So it'd be like if they took WWE. I don't know what white trash people are into, but
WWE is
broad
amazing.
stroke. No.
Yeah. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you?
I forgot Bryan's into WWE as well.
I like WWE too.
Actually, I think it's ridiculously delightful as well, but probably for different
I like the entertainment aspect.
fun. Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
Vince McMahon said the word nigga twice in WWF.
This is true.
you got it.
He called
said
Booker
it-
T. He called
he
Booker
said it to
T.
Booker.
He said, "What's up, my nigga?"
And he did this body.
Yep,
gesture,
and he
too,
did, and
when
he's
did
walked
it.
away.
You know what? I
And
know
Booker
how.
T's like, tell me he didn't just say that.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what it's going to be. Here's what I'd tell him. I'd say this is what sexual peeing is like. It's like that feeling that you get. It's like if you were to just think for a second about John Cena beating The Undertaker right as you stepped into a hot tub with a bunch of hot, sweaty old men. That feeling right there, that's sexual peeing.
No,
No, I wouldn't.
no,
No,
'cause
so that's not it at all.
I'm ashamed.
it's gotta there's a couple guidelines for that activity. She's got to be a her. I think that's reasonable, you know?
Well, for you.
For me, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to sell it to you.
Right. Oh, I see.
She's got to be a her. She's got to be monogamous with me, you know, because it's got to be like a long-term, well-established thing. And I get to pee on her, but I never do.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
those are kind of like the three things.
Okay, so I guess then, how about this is the last question? Or, well, two last questions. So I guess you kind of answered it. But if you were going to sell it in one sentence, how would you sell it? Like, if you were going to tell anybody, not a pastor, just anybody, if you were going to be like, this is why it would be worth trying, what would you say? In one, like, kind of one sentence.
It's my jam.
Ew.
Okay.
Disgusting. Disgusting way of putting it. That's how you'd sell it to them? That's how you'd be like,
That's my
this is why it's
one
worth
line.
a try.
Yeah,
That's
but I'll do.
my
Yeah,
one
that's good.
line.
That's fine. Go ahead. This is your jam.
It's your jam.
That's
All right.
my one line to you.
And it'll
The
be
8
every
ways of
R.
answering
Kelly
that
every
question.
R. Kelly song. It's my jam.
It's-
I believe
try it.
I can fly.
Look, listen, guys. Try
Another-
it.
another one.
My jam.
Try. You have to try this sexual peeing thing because it's my jam.
It's called urophilia.
Okay, urophilia. Okay, and then the second question is this. Some people say, that's icky. That's gross. What do you say to those people?
There's other stuff that people think is icky that I also like, but just not as much.
Okay, so we all think some things are icky,
Yeah.
but to some of us, we enjoy them.
Well, like you've heard Sabrina's her bit about hating condoms.
Okay.
Like, some people probably cringe and might think that's gross, and other people might
pretty
think that's.
icky.
I
really
hate
funny.
condoms. Yeah, I do too. Condoms
Oh.
are the fucking worst.
And some people might.
That,
like,
well, also, it's worth noting Ike has 7 kids.
Yep, fuck
I-
condoms.
I had this roommate, and he was married for a while, and when he was with his wife, they were in like an open marriage, and they'd go to swingers clubs, and he's describing it to me, and because this was before I ever stepped foot inside one, out of curiosity.
You've been to one?
I've been to one. And
Oh, wait, which one?
we'll get there. So Sanctuary, but we'll
Sanctuary.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sanctuary. Sanctuary
Yeah.
Sex Club. Where
He-
you'll find the woman of your dreams, fucking a stranger. Okay,
Yeah, he yeah, pretty much.
Sanctuary.
Yeah, and this roommate, him and his wife, they were in an open relationship, and he's describing all the scenarios to me, and like these different like relationships that they were like bouncing around all at the same time, and I'm like sitting there thinking, like no condom, everyone's just like banging together because like that's just what I automatically thought. And then he goes on to describe how his wife would wear like this full like latex suit and like finger condoms and like all this weird shit, and like not even have like the contact that is enjoyable with having sex.
Really?
Yeah, it was really weird. And then that's when I was like, oh yeah, like everyone's got quirks.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Finger condoms?
Yeah, like just completely covered in every way. So even if someone has like herpes on their or something on their belly or something, you know, you won't get it.
You know, I always like to say that some people think that pickles are icky,
They can
Pickles are disgusting.
but I love them.
Yeah, 'cause you're disgusting.
be hot take.
It's an acquired
ladies and
taste, right?
gentlemen.
Some people like pickles and some
Christ
people don't.
hates or
It's just one of those things. Some
Christ
things
loves
taste sour,
pickles.
but when you
Ice
have enough of a
hates
positive
pickles.
association with them, they taste sweet, kind of.
Nope.
All right. It overpowers the sour, and then it becomes this interesting mix. It's almost better.
Is that why you put it in your tuna fish
Why
sandwiches?
Why do bad things feel so good? Anyway, okay. So now we're gonna wait. What'd you say? What about my tuna fish?
Is that why you put pickles in your tuna fish
Is a
sandwiches?
tuna fish sandwich a euphemism for something?
No, because you said
no, I know.
You said
Vagina.
something about the sour,
Oh,
and
yeah. No, I love. Actually, I do put pickles in my tuna fish sandwich.
There we
Always.
go.
Yeah.
You do?
Oh, of course.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. What are you, an animal?
Whoa.
What are you, a sociopath? No,
yeah, that's- you can say that different.
around. So what we're going to do here is this is called scat agories. We're going to roll the dice. Each person's going to roll the die, and you're going to get a letter of the alphabet. And then you're going to have to come up with a made-up word in your head. And then the person to your left,
A made-up word.
A
We're
made-up
making
word.
a word that doesn't exist.
you're making a word that does not exist. Okay. And then the person to your
With the
left,
first letter of that, with the letter of that word, of the letter, right?
Yeah.
With the
yeah,
word
with the
after
first
start
that
that
letter.
letter.
Exactly. Now you're going to take then the person to the left of you is going to take that word that you've made up and turn it into a sexual kink. And then it is going to be up to Kevin alone to decide whether or not your sexual kink that you came up with matches that word and is believable. If it's not, your name goes up on the chalkboard. And if your name goes up on the chalkboard, that means you have one strike against you. And if your name goes up on or if you get another one, then you're out. And the last person left standing clearly reigns supreme in their understanding of sexual kinks, and therefore gets to decide whether or not Bryan's opinion about sexual peeing is valid.
Sure.
Fair enough, right?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Show us how it's done, champ.
All right.
That's a terrible roll.
That's a D. A daddyophile.
Okay.
Spelled Dadiophile. Didn't see that coming. Okay, a daddyophile.
You have a kink for dudes that call you daddy-o.
Interesting.
Like younger dudes that call you daddy-o.
That's interesting. And would you, anybody here like it when dudes call him daddy-o? I'll be honest, I think I'd kind of like it if someone called me daddy-o. I would be very enthusiastic if a 17-year-old came up to me and was like, "What's up, daddy-o?" No, I would feel like such a scumbag. I'd be like, "No, not yet."
Well,
I'm
unfortunately,
26.
you're not the judge, so
All right,
it's
Brian
up to
or Kevin. This is Kevin, our producer. You're more than a camera guy, so. Okay, we rule in favor. Okay, Brian, you've survived. Your name doesn't go up on the chalkboard. If your name goes up on the chalkboard, you're in jeopardy. And if you get one more, you're out.
That's pretty cutthroat.
Yep, that's cutthroat. Okay, Ikes, or Brian, you roll the die. Ikes, you come up with the definition.
R. My word is ribbling.
Ribbling. So it's two people. They go to Golden Corral. Then they get the ribs to go. And then they go into the house and they just drip the rib like the sauce on each other.
From Golden Corral.
Yeah, Golden Corral.
Oh.
Just ribbling.
They're just known for their ribs?
Yeah.
And it has to be from Golden Corral.
It has to be from Golden. It
I'm
has
sorry.
to be from Golden. Nope, you're not the judge. Kevin is. Quiet.
Right, but I'm sorry, to me that just sounds like that's just like a poor fetish is what that is. That's just like we're celebrating being poor. Because if I was going to have a sexual fetish related to the ribs, I'd get the good ribs. I wouldn't go to Golden Corral for
But
my ribs.
it has to be from Golden
In fact-
Corral because they have the juicy ribs.
In
they
fact-
got the ribs that you can drip on.
In fact, I'd go so far as to say if I had a sexual fetish related to dripping rib sauce on me, and I invited a woman over to do this, and she brought over cheap-ass ribs from Golden Corral, I would be pissed.
yeah. Have you been to Golden
Be like,
Corral?
what is this?
Have you been to Golden Corral?
Yeah, okay.
It's a top notch
Okay,
of
I'm
it.
sorry.
Top
Well,
notch.
I realize this is on
Kevin's
82nd
the
Avenue
judge.
here, but do you think Golden Corral has a Michelin star? Yeah, I bet they do. Yeah, I bet they got one. No, they don't have
So
one.
do we-
Okay. Kevin, did you? Oh, for God's sakes! I'm ashamed. I want to win. No, okay. All right.
H.
H.
Hollowbation.
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 Yeah.
How do you spell that?
I don't know.
You don't need.
Okay.
That's not part of the game.
Say it one more time again.
Yeah, there you go. Hollowbation.
Hallowbation.
Hollowbation.
Hallowation.
Yeah.
H.A.
Hallowation. Okay. Wow. That one. Hallowation. I think. Please. Like this. Okay. My name is not going up on the chalkboard. Okay. All right. Hallowation. Fine. You like it's like a kink where you like old Southern women to praise you while you are having sex. Like, oh, hallelujah, Lord have mercy. Amen, sister. You know, yeah. That's right. Some good hush puppies. Oh. How's that? Oh. Fine. Oh, my stars. No? Okay, fine. F. Funk licking. Funk licking. Would you like me to spell it, or
Sure.
do you think you get the funk
started.
licking? FUNKLICKINGQ. There's a silent Q on the end.
It's silent. Q.
Yeah, there's a silent Q on the end. Funk licking.
It's all one word, or it's like hyphenated.
There's a hyphen in the middle. Funk licking. Funk hyphen licking. Q with a Q.
At the end instead
Silent.
of a G, or
No, with the G. G Q. Q is silent.
GQ.
Funk licking.
Okay, funk
What
licking.
is funk licking?
It's people who like to lick the underside of a toilet seat.
For sexual gratification?
Yeah.
Oh.
Funk licking. Okay. Kevin, funk licking. Okay, what would you... No? Okay, what would we say? All right, so Brian gets a... Ooh.
R again.
Careful.
Roll it again.
Careful with this one. No.
P.
Okay, P. Careful with this one, Ike, because if you get this one, you are tied with us. Any one of us could be out and lose. And in this
that's
game,
life. It's
it
okay.
doesn't matter who wins. You just don't want to lose. Hey, Lewis, do you have any like crazy talents? Can you flip? Can you like do something crazy?
Flip. Right now?
What kind of crazy physical talents do you have? Can you stab yourself with something and like?
That's a
doesn't-
physical
No one
talent.
will like you can swallow a sword or put a needle in your eye. What? I don't want to put you to pain. I'm not going to have you burn your hand or something so that we can smell barbecue. I'm not giving you. We can't say that, Lewis. Okay, this doesn't happen very often. Who in here would be willing to give Lewis an Indian? Who in here would be willing to twist to Lewis's arm in a? You would. Lewis,
go on.
the sideshow will happen in the next
Round.
next round. Okay, and coming in 5 minutes.
The
Lewis
indigenous
from the
people
82nd
burn.
Avenue gets a indigenous people's burn from random audience member. Okay,
So my phrase
random
that's coming out of with the letter P is pre-emission retention syndrome.
ooh. Oh wait. Retention syndrome? PERT for short. PERT. All right. Ike's, what is PERT?
Say it again. Hold on. What? Say it again.
Or no, PERS. Oh, damn it. It's PERS.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
The T is silent.
That's T is silent. Yes. Okay. It's PERT. All right.
Pre-emission retention syndrome. And so, when you're you always have like wet dreams. It just happens randomly.
And that's a kink that someone
That's
did.
pre-emission retention syndrome?
Yeah,
Is
like
when you have a wet dream? That doesn't
Always.
sound like you're
Pre-emission-
It doesn't sound like you're
pre-emission-
retending your emission.
But okay, you're not. Well, I make it up. So
You're not emitting
You're
your
not
own
emitting-
emissions.
Every day you wake up with.
every day you
balls.
wake up. Yeah, blue balls.
You wake up
You
with,
wake up every day. You wake up with blue balls, but it's sexual.
and that's a kink?
It has to be sexual.
It has to be a kink.
It
and-
arouses you.
And it arouses you having the blue balls in the morning? Maybe it's the semen retention that arouses you.
There you go.
It's like the idea
mean,
of
that is
not...
the thing,
he's
too,
he's
though.
turned on by the idea of not
Coming.
coming. Not coming makes him come.
Right.
This is disgusting.
Not coming makes him
It's a
come.
side effect of sleeping with a cock ring on.
Ugh. This has devolved. This is now X-rated. I am so ashamed. All right. Kevin, is this okay or not? Does that sound like pre-emission retention syndrome PERT for short? Damn.
Yeah.
That means
Thanks, and thank y'all for helping me out too. Appreciate it.
T.
And it can be silent.
And while you're thinking of it, Lewis, are you ready? You ready? Yeah, get some water. Okay. All right. Here we go. Could you do it? Would you mind doing it right here? Everybody's blue balling for this, Lewis. Everybody wants this. He's going to eat fire next week. You make sure that arm is nice and good in front of that camera. All right. Oh, good. Okay. Are we ready? Can we get a countdown from somebody out there? You want to give us a countdown? Something dramatic. Yeah, give us a
100. Countdown from 100.
Give him, really make him squirm. Do it from like 15 or 20.
No, if your left hand flip your left hand around that way.
Huh?
And then your other hand.
4?
Yeah,
Okay.
Because you can get more leverage.
Can you go? How about wait? Let's
Overhand,
negotiate. How about
then
9?
underhand.
How about 9? Can we go from 9?
And
9? Okay. All right.
Give it to him.
All right. All right. Are we ready?
9,
Wait.
Not from 10.
8, 7,
Give him a surprise.
6,
6.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Oh. Ow. Oh, that looks horrible. Oh. Sorry, I think we needed sound effects. Okay. Is that worth it? Lewis, how do you feel?
I think we're both sweaty.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing. Does anybody else want to give his arm a twist? Does anyone
it's
else here
good.
want to wring his arm? Did you say you
Yeah,
want to?
show the camera.
Oh,
It's
okay. Yeah. All right, next person. What you guys can't see is we have a line going out the door of
Yeah.
people ready to ring
There's
Lewis's
more
arm.
people.
I had no idea this would be such a great promotional opportunity.
It's not called an Indian burn.
All right, go.
No one
oh,
else caught it but you, so it's good.
oh, how are we doing? How are we feeling, Lewis?
Slick.
It's all sweaty.
My arm's too slick.
Damn. Sir, do you mind if can we get you up here to ring Lewis's arm? Ring Lewis's arm. It's a challenge. Ring Lewis's arm, make him scream, and you get a Werther's. Oh, fresh
this
arm.
guy.
Okay.
No nerve ending.
He said, I want the fresh one.
I land on it too much.
I'm
Let's test
high on
it. Let's test
Vicodin,
it. Let's
so
do
I
the
don't
other
feel
arm.
Pain.
Oh, and here. Oh.
That's not gonna. Is that gonna do anything? No, I can't take off my hat. Reveals my wig.
It's the hair, too.
It's the hair, too, yeah.
We
Yeah.
Okay, that's a Werther's. We're so generous. Everybody gets a Werther's. Now we don't have to feel bad. There. So I don't feel bad. There's 2 Werther's.
Yeah, Lewis came away a champion. Yeah, good job, Lewis.
Now when everybody says we abused somebody on the podcast, do remember we gave him 2 Werther's. Okay. We paid that guy. Back to this. Ike.
word that starts with a T.
Not that anything will top Lewis having his arm wrung out like a dish rag for 20 minutes, but all right.
Tonsil bobbling.
Ugh. Gross. Okay. Tonsil bobbling. Tonsil bobbling
It creates tonsillitis.
is when you dip the testicles down to the tonsils, and so much that it hurts, gives you tonsillitis. You got to get them removed. Sometimes you got to get both removed. It's so bad. Sometimes they have to
the
get their
balls
balls
from
cut
the
off.
guy.
Get stuck
I don't
in
know.
there.
It doesn't
balls
matter.
in the mouth.
A
Yeah.
tonsil ballitis, or I don't remember what the word was. What was it?
Tonsil bobbling.
Tonsil bobbling.
Tonsil bobbling. Yep, tonsil bobbling. That's when you dip a tonsil bobbling is when you dip them in so far they hit the tonsils and they get stuck. That's what it is, and it's a kink, and people like it.
It's a kink. People like it. That person's gonna die. They're gonna choke.
Kevin, you're on my side, right?
Can we get some audience members?
Does anyone?
Yay
is
or
that,
nay?
Is that an acceptable definition or
But I would say yes. I mean,
guess
the
it's
whole,
not
the
realistic.
whole like you not being able to breathe thing.
pretty hot, right? David Carradine died that way, right? Oh,
I say no.
oh.
You got a boo.
So ashamed. I'm out. Great. Okay. All right. That leaves just Ikes and Bryan.
And
I still
then
get to make up the
okay.
word, but I just can't get a definition now. So okay.
You just lost.
We're gonna give you one. We're gonna give you one that's ambiguous. Something I heard earlier, and you can take it how you will. There's an innocent way you can take this, and a not so innocent. Indianophile. Indianophile. I don't know.
Yeah,
Indianophile.
There we go.
It's the obvious would be you are sexually attracted to Indians. That's what that would be.
Or Indiana. The state of Indiana.
Then
Pretty hot.
wouldn't Indianophile.
An Indianophile. Or is it an Indianophile? Or is it an India? Or is it an Indie? In a file.
Indianapolis-ophile.
All right, what is it, Brian?
Yep, they get
It's
aroused
someone
by
who-
the cars.
Well, if it's Indian-phile, it's someone who's sexually attracted to Indians. If it's Indiana-phile, it's someone who's sexually attracted to people from Indiana or having sex in Indiana. And if it's
Which one do you
if it's
choose?
Indianapolis 500, then it's people who are sexually aroused
By
at-
race cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, so I say people from Indiana.
Then that's my definition.
That's it.
Yes.
How does it go to the audience? That's...
Sounds like you just read it out of the dictionary.
damn it. All right, fine. Brian gets it.
I'm gonna try and make
really
up a
stump
word
Ike's.
that doesn't sound like something.
Okay.
A.
I kind of wish we had the Russian alphabet. That would make things really exciting.
Q.
We'll get that like X with the, I don't know, or the P with the both sides or whatever. I don't know.
Areolist.
Areolist.
What is an areolist?
Someone that loves the
That loves?
They love Ariel from
Oh.
Little Mermaid.
Oh. That's creepy. That's really, I gotta say, that's a lot more creepy than somebody who likes areolas. Okay. Yeah. That's definitely a lot creepier than that. You could have gone two ways. You chose the creepy one. I know it didn't seem like it, but it really was. Okay.
That worked.
So, how do we feel about that? No, nobody likes that. That's creepy. Ugh. Gross. Yeah, that's a no. All right. Oh, Ike's has been eliminated.
No, I haven't. I've won.
That means
He didn't even have one.
oh
yeah.
oh he's
But
tied.
no, but Ariel's a grown woman in
oh I was just talking about the interracial marriage thing.
oh,
No, I'm just kidding. That's terrible.
I thought she was
Facts.
grown.
Yeah, yeah, that's what they all say. Well, she looked mature for her age. I don't know, huh? The
Nah.
makeup they gave her though.
It's like okay, so the person that
but
plays
she had
Ariel
big
is a
tits,
grown woman,
so-
right?
No, just kidding.
I don't think so. I think every Disney princess is like under the age of 18.
What the?
Something like that.
Okay.
So how are they getting married to a guy? How's she having sex with a guy?
Well, they don't.
Okay, W. I'm going to say wet bucking. Yes. Wet bucking. Wet bucking.
Okay, it's going to be when it's a dance move.
Okay.
That turn people on, and basically someone stands up and they bend over, and then the other person hops on their back like they're riding them like a rodeo steer bull, yeah. And and they get aroused by doing that move. So they're like, yeah, we need to wet buck.
I think wet bucking. No, see, I think that's a dry buck. I think a wet buck is when you're doing that naked and aroused and there's semen involved. Excuse
There we
me?
go.
Wet what? Wet what? What'd you say, Kevin? Wet what? Oh, bucking. Okay, say that you clearly. Okay. Wow. Okay. How do we feel about that then?
Yep.
Who says wet bucking was okay? Brian's definition.
Brian's definition, yeah.
Fine.
Hiya.
D.
D.
Anybody in here ever sexually peed before that they care to share? Oh, you have. Okay.
No.
But that's not really intentional, though. That's a little different than like, stuff is going. It's so hot and heavy. Pee all over me. It's a little different than like, oop, sorry, a little bit of. No, this is like, oh, gross, and then after things are all hot and heavy, then you're all done, and you're like,
Does it?
oh God, what?
Does everybody
This
like
is so-
squirting? Is that something that everybody likes? Like 100%?
Who is pro squirting? Squirters on this side of the room, non-squirters on this side of the room. Okay, Brian, do you have a word yet?
D. Dipanotomy.
Dipanotomy. Okay, a dipanotomy. Ike's, what is a dipanotomy?
It's when somebody dips their penis in somebody's brain.
That'd be
Gross, but yeah,
Dipanotomy.
That'd be a
People-
dippanectomy.
People love it, but the people love it.
A dipobotomy, and then they can't function afterward, and then they're a vegetable. And you're just like, it's so hot.
During the brain operation, just run it along.
Yeah, you just like run into the OR. Doctor, yeah. I need 50 cc's of penis. Stat. That's disgusting. I am.
That's a small penis.
I am so. Yeah, I still say things that I get disgusted at. Okay. All right. So how is that? How do we feel about this?
Thumbs up or thumbs
Penises in the brain. I'm not sure it really matters. Maybe he just got a
just
glass cutter and cut a hole into the skull and fucked it. I don't really know. But crimes can be kinks too.
Crimes can be creeps
Serial
too.
killing is kink.
You're right.
It's the kink for the guy dipping the penis. She didn't like it. I'm hearing a no vote, right? Right? Can we get no's?
No.
No. 3 no's.
That's fine.
No, it looks like.
I'm sorry. No.
Ooh. Ike's is eliminated. Unfortunately, Ike's is eliminated. That makes me happy. Unfortunately, Bryan wins. That does not make me happy. So
I'm the king. What can I say?
Bryan is,
Good job.
and as promised, now that Bryan has proven that he is in fact, because clearly this proves once and for all, this finally clears up who is in fact the biggest expert on sexual kinks here.
The guy likes
Obviously,
to be
it's
peed
Bryan.
on.
And therefore, as promised,
take it.
Bryan will get to give a verdict on whether or not sexual peeing, whether or not enjoying sexual peeing is an okay opinion to have. Okay, Bryan, is it okay to like sexual peeing?
Yes.
You heard it from Bryan.
Yes.
It's okay to like sexual peeing. All right. Well, this is the part of the podcast now where we kind of get to the end. Ike's has a couple questions. At the end of the week, every week, Ike's always compiles a list of questions based on the topics of the day, what we talked about. Either way, they're very thought-provoking questions. They're supposed to get down into the deep things that matter, the really important things. They're very, very smart. So let's get into Ike's deep, thought-provoking questions. Ike's, what is the first question that I'm going to be thinking about while I fall asleep tonight?
Do you like dolphins?
Do you like dolphins? Bryan, do you like dolphins?
Yeah, they're not bad.
They are bad.
Are they?
They rape people. Dolphins are rapists
Well, then
of the ocean.
I guess I
they
stand
don't.
corrected.
They don't get consent at all, and they just hump people.
Well, so do dogs.
Yes.
Wow.
I was going to ask you about
don't-
dogs too.
You know,
You-
I'll be honest though.
I like dogs.
Can I correct something? Okay. So
dogs are creepy.
dolphins do rape.
They
As
do.
far as I know, dolphins do not rape people.
I've seen it. I've
I
seen it
don't
on the
think
internet.
so.
I've seen it on the internet. I've seen a
Yeah.
video
You know
of
what
a dolphin
else?
raping
You know
a
what
woman.
else I'd like to bring
He
this
swam up to it. He's
You
like,
know- You know what else we
and then
saw
just
on the
humped her.
internet? Was an Irish tourist savagely raped by a huge orangutan? No.
But
no. It's
listen.
busted, okay?
Nope. But there's no video evidence of that. There's video evidence of dolphin raping that woman.
Yeah, there was video evidence of this Irish man with the red hair right here getting savagely raped by an orangutan. Okay? It did not happen. All right? It didn't happen. It was a hoax. He just wanted everyone to think he had been raped by an orangutan. So disappointed. I'm still so disappointed to find out that was a hoax. That is everything that's good. Everything that's good. Huh? Did the dolphin penetrate in the video?
I don't know.
If there was no penetration, it's just sexual assault, not rape.
So I guess the dolphin sexual assaulted her.
That's
You
assault
sound like
two,
you sound
not
like the dolphins.
rape one.
You
No,
sound like the
just kidding.
dolphins lawyer. You sound like the dolphins lawyer.
Yeah, I am. I'm trying to get this dolphin off.
We
My
have
client
video
thought he
evidence.
was engaging in a perfectly legitimate sexual encounter with a very attractive.
No, my client thought this
person
was
of a different
SeaWorld, and he
species.
thought he
I
was
don't
just entertaining everybody.
All right. You know what? We'll have dolphin court sometime later.
Dolphin
all right?
court.
We'll get to the bottom of this dolphin case. Is the dolphin a rapist or not? I don't know. That's for another day.
'Kay.
Ike's question number 2.
Question 2: Who framed Roger Rabbit?
Who did? Didn't we find out who it was? Who was it?
I'm asking you a question.
Does
Who?
I didn't watch the movie. Does anyone in here know who framed Roger Rabbit? So then we won't have to watch the movie. The judge framed Roger Rabbit.
It was the white judge. You're right. He's trying to keep that rabbit down.
So it was the judge. The judge killed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, but that was just a
That seems too
underline.
easy.
That's
No,
no,
that seems
it
too
wasn't too
easy. I
easy.
don't think it was the judge.
It was the judge, but I'm
You know
saying
what?
I'm
I
saying
think
that
it was
culturally,
I think it was the CIA.
the CIA.
Actually. I think the CIA killed Roger Rabbit because they thought Roger Rabbit was a communist. And they thought Roger Rabbit was going to spread his communist ideas. And so they were kind of paranoid, and so then they decided to kill Roger Rabbit. That's what happened. Roger Rabbit was going to tell everybody about Dwight Eisenhower's illicit lovers. No, I don't know. I'm sure he did. Richard Nixon's long list of concubines. All right, fine. I don't know.
Richard Nixon. Ew. If he had concubine. Ew.
Probably, though.
Who thinks Richard Nixon was a handsome president?
I
Who
didn't say
loves
he was
him?
handsome.
I
You don't have to be handsome to get concubines.
But who thinks that? He's
Has anyone seen Henry VIII?
the hottest president ever? Bill Clinton, all day.
No, it's definitely Barack Obama.
No, it's definitely Bill Clinton.
Obama, and then after
Obama can't play the saxophone. He can play
Six hard.
basketball. Oh my goodness, another black person can play basketball. Wow,
know. He's
so amazing.
I agree. Black people aren't that amazing.
No, I didn't say that.
I agree.
I didn't say
No,
that.
I agree.
I didn't say any of that. I didn't say any of that.
Amen.
I said none of that.
Ike, do you have more questions or?
No.
All right. Well, in that case, one more question for Bryan, and then we end. Bryan, what? Go ahead and tell us a quick, in like 2 or 3 sentences, sum up the craziest time you've ever sexually been peed on.
I was passed out at a. Well, I guess it wasn't sexual.
That's a good start to any story. I was
trauma.
passed out.
It's the.
That's a great start to any sex story. I was passed out.
It
and
was-
then-
Next to the dumpster,
Great.
and this man
Yeah.
came and he
Where are we
peed.
going with this,
He
Bryan?
peed on me.
I guess it's the trauma that led to the kink. I guess.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, keep going.
Passed out next to the trash.
Nothing, but as far as it being like a sexual arousing situation, it was never crazy. It was like always the shower stuff, but the scenario that I credit the kink to is when I was passed out from drinking and I woke up and I was getting peed on, and it was like, what? Like, what the fuck is this?
And then you liked it, and then it was a match made in heaven.
No,
Then
I
it was
didn't
marriage,
like it.
and you two fell in love.
It really solidified the line between like in the shower healthy pee versus like in a bed and then having to do laundry and stuff.
Like, there's just piss everywhere, and it's
Yeah.
just horrible.
Yeah.
Yellow frat boy piss.
Yeah.
Smells like
Who's been
PBR.
drinking Heineken?
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Bryan. That was delightful, and I think we learned a lot.
Thank you.
If anybody is hungry, we've got Werther's. We want to thank Kevin, who's our camera guy slash
Kevin, yep. Thank you,
producer.
Kevin.
And then
Thank Cody behind the bar.
Cody behind the bar.
Thanks,
and then
Lewis for
getting his arm
Yep.
wrung out.
no
Yeah,
Lewis.
and then of course Joe, who owns this place, and then
Shout out
Bryan,
to
our
Joe.
guest.
Yay,
and
Bryan.
Ike's our co-host. Check us out online. Watch it later. We're on
YouTube.
They let us on YouTube. They let us on the YouTube. So you
Spotify.
can also the Spotify is we're up on the Spotify channel as well.
Clips on Instagram.
Instagram
and Facebook.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Twitter. No, we don't have a Twitter. But maybe we should make a Twitter.
No,
we better make a
Twitter's-
Twitter.
Twitter's always
Find us on
Twitter's
Truth
old news.
Social.
Subscribe to our
TikTok.
Patreon.
Patreon. No, we don't have a Patreon. All right, but we should get one. Yeah, and an OnlyFans, of course, coming up someday. All right.
Yeah, but it's just Bryan peeing on Christopher. That's the
That's what it'll be. It'll just be.
Sure.
Yeah, all right. Well, no, wait. You would like to get peed on? Can I pee on you?
Nope.
No.
Oh. All right. All right.
You getting peed on.
Ike, do you have anything else to say?
You smell like pee.
Oh, the poor folks hate the rich folks, and the rich folks hate the poor folks. All of my folks hate all of your folks. It's American as apple pie. But during National Brotherhood Week, National Brotherhood Week, New Yorkers love the Puerto Ricans 'cause it's very chic. Step up and shake the hand of someone you can't stand. You can tolerate him if you try.
Funk liquor. We all use that one, right? That's just like what you say when you're like, you don't tell them you got a yeast infection, and then they go down, and then you make fun of them. You're like, ha, funk liquor, ha, made you lick.
Oh, the Protestants hate the Catholics, and the Catholics hate the Protestants, and the Hindus hate the Muslims, and everybody hates the Jews.
Does someone who looks like me have just as much to offer the world as someone who looks like Christ?
No.
Can I ask you a question?